Hello everybody, I'm Caleb Miller with TLC. It's still hot out here, it's still triple digits, but winter is coming. And so we're gonna go over some things that you should do as you start considering winterizing your home, and also some things that you should not do. Well, let's get started with the New Mexico staple, the evaporative cooler. That's probably one of our biggest culprits for causing issues and water damage when it comes to freezing and leaking. All kinds of stuff can go wrong there, from the hose bib to the line that's feeding that swamp cooler to the swamp cooler itself not being drained, freezing and causing damage there. So let's go get started with the swamp cooler. All right guys, a lot of stuff going on with evap coolers, quite a few different things we need to consider when we're talking about winterization. Biggest one is these things are fed with water. So whether it's the water line or the water that's in the pan inside of this thing, we've got to get that water out. Just turning the water off is not winterizing, guys. That line is still holding water, the pan's still holding water. It's going to freeze and break and cause damage to that line and to the cabinet of this evaporative cooler. So shut the water off and drain everything. Whatever style of evaporative cooler, there is a drain plug. Reach in, take the plug out, let all that water drain out, then we should be good. Some other issues that arise with evap coolers is draftiness. This swamp cooler here, as you can see, there is no damper. What we would like to see here is a damper, which is a piece of sheet metal that we can slide down in here that is going to keep outside air from going into the home. The other option we have is the swamp cooler covers. That's going to help keep some of that outside air from coming in. But again, damper is the best route. That's going to keep everything that's outside, not transitioning that cold air into the home. When it comes to dampers, guys, if you find that your swamp cooler does not have a damper, this is not what I would consider a DIY project, guys. Give somebody a call, give a professional a call. We're going to have to cut into this ductwork, put some extra pieces in to make that happen. No sweat, give TLC a call, we'll come take care of it for you. All right, let's talk hose bibs, guys. Outside faucets, we probably spend more time in the winter replacing frozen faucets than anything else. This is a pretty standard setup for most residential homes. You've got all kinds of stuff going on, water in the garden, water in the dogs, swamp cooler, we gotta get water up there some way, somehow. So again, when it comes to the swamp cooler, make sure you take this loose. That's gonna get all of this water out of this line. Again, try to roll this up, put it out of the sun so it doesn't get torn up and you can reuse it next year. This whole manifold is gonna need to come off come wintertime, guys. We've gotta get all these hoses disconnected. There's water sitting in these hoses. There's water sitting in this valve. That's what's going to freeze and break. You might not even know that it's frozen and broken until next spring when you go to use that hose bib again. So take everything loose, disconnect all your hoses, drain them, and put on some kind of cover to keep that hose bib itself from freezing. Okay, one of our biggest issues when it comes to winterization is combustion air openings. Combustion air is kind of an obscure topic. Most of us probably don't understand it, but let me give you an example. We've all had a campfire and probably none of us took any time to consider how we're going to feed oxygen to that fire. But in order to have fire, we have to have oxygen. And so essentially what we've done with a water heater, a furnace, or a boiler, we've taken that campfire, put it in a little metal box, and stuck it in some tight little closet, where now oxygen is absolutely something we've got to have in order to keep that fire burning. And so you might have openings up in the roof, you might have openings through the wall. Inevitably, cold air is coming in through those openings in the winter, and you're going to cover them up because you don't want cold air coming in. But guys, we gotta have that cold air coming in. That is how we keep this flow of oxygen feeding the fire. If we take away that oxygen, fire goes out and you call me because your water heater won't stay lit or your furnace isn't making hot air. And I'm going to come explain to you that we need 3 things for combustion, the most important being oxygen. And that is what's coming in through these openings. So please, please do not cut insulation and plug those holes. Do not stuff pillows up in those ducts. We've got to have that flow of oxygen coming in to keep these fires burning. Well, thanks for coming along with us on our winterization of this home. Some things to do: drain all of your hoses, put your hose bib covers on, make sure that evaporative cooler is drained. Some things not to do: do not cover your combustion air openings. And if you do find that you need a damper, please give a professional a call. If you have any questions, please give TLC a call. We appreciate your time.